We have known for a long time, and it has been well known for a long time, that it's a dangerous vocation to be in opposition to Vladimir Putin's regime. Many people who have engaged in opposition to Putin have been forced into exile. Many people have been imprisoned. And today, according to Memorial, the most respected Russian human rights NGO, we have more than 100 political prisoners in our country. People who are in jail for the only fact that they have opposed this government and this regime. But of course, exile or imprisonment have not been the biggest dangers for those who oppose Vladimir Putin. And over the last several years, many of our colleagues, anti-corruption campaigners, independent journalists, opposition activists and opposition leaders lost their lives in one way or another. And of course, in the most brazen and in the most high-profile political assassination in modern Russia, on February 27, 2015, the leader of the Russian opposition, former Deputy Prime Minister Boris Nemtsov, was assassinated with 5 bullets in his back, 200 yards from the Kremlin wall, as he was walking home over the Bolshoi-Moskvoretsky Bridge. Sometimes there are near misses, and I'm very fortunate to be one, I guess. Twice in the last 2 and a bit years, in 2015 and in 2017, I experienced symptoms consistent with poisoning, which led to multiple organ failure and left me in a coma and on life support. Both times in Moscow, and both times doctors told my wife that I had about a 5% chance to survive. So I'm very fortunate and certainly very grateful to be sitting here and talking with you today. The official diagnosis from the doctors was toxic action by an undefined substance. This is what they put down. So they don't know what the precise reason was. The only things we do know is that it was something very strong, something very potent, something very sophisticated, and the way it was introduced was presumably also sophisticated because I didn't know that this was happening. So all of this, as well as the fact that I do what I do, leads me to the clear conclusion that this was done by people who either currently are or have been connected with Russian domestic security services, because that is certainly their signature. The KGB, and under whatever name it assumes at a given period of time, has a long history of poisoning political opponents of the Kremlin, both in Russia and outside of Russia. And so I have no doubt that this was an attempt to kill because of my political activities in the Russian opposition. But I'm very fortunate, very grateful to have survived this. And by the way, I have no intention of abandoning or stopping doing what I do. I think it's important. I think if we care about our country and feel responsible about our country's future, we cannot just sit idly by and watch an authoritarian and kleptocratic regime destroy the prospects and the future of Russia and of the young generation in Russia. And there are so many people across the country. And I travel a lot throughout Russia in my capacity as the Vice Chairman of Open Russia. We have a lot of activities in the regions outside of Moscow and St. Petersburg. And as I go around Russia, I see so many people, including many young people, which gives particular hope, who are fed up with this corruption and with this authoritarianism and with the aggression and the international isolation, and who want Russia to be a normal, modern, democratic European country, based on rule of law, based on respect for human rights, with media freedom, with free elections, with opportunities for young people. And I think we have a responsibility, those of us who are the public faces, the leaders of the Russian opposition, we have a responsibility to continue doing our work, and we will continue doing our work, because I think there's nothing better this regime, the Putin regime, would like us to do than to give up and run away. And we're not going to give them that.